It doesn't have to be a Saturday night. There's been Mondays, there's been Thursdays. I've had a Thursday that's worse than any worse Saturday that I've ever had. Trauma does not discriminate. USC base.
Yeah, let's go County Base Rescue 10 with the notification.
Rescue 10, go ahead. My name is Alma Blunt Aviles. I'm an assistant nurse manager in the emergency department. I don't remember exactly the specific time of the incident, but I do remember that I was rounding and checking certain things in other parts of the department. Our department is very large. We do have phones that we call VoIPs, and on those phones we get alerts that basically said we have this type of person coming from a multi-casualty.
You have 10 unresponsive inside, and you have 2 that are still in critical condition and breathing.
We prepared for 10 because that's what we initially thought we were getting. We ended up getting 4 within a few minutes of each other, and a 5th one later came about 45 minutes to an hour after.
We are a level 1 trauma center and the largest trauma center in California. And the hospital is prepared to deal with these mass casualty events. So from the medical point of view, it was not a challenge. It's more the psychological, the emotional impact which had on our staff.
The impact of that specific incident just got bigger and bigger as the day went on, and then you start kind of painting the picture of we're a part of that.
I actually operated on one. Yeah, well, I helped them operate on one of the most critically injured. They did not make it. As a trauma surgeon, you don't remember the people you save, but you always remember the people you lose.
Trauma centers, it's a major investment for the public. If you get a bad injury, your chances of survival are about 25% higher if you are taken to a good trauma center. Very often police officers and paramedics know that. And they said, if I get badly hurt, shot, take me to the USC County Hospital. And the reason for that is that we have a huge experience, and many of the concepts in the management of these gunshot injuries, which are now national standards, came out from this hospital, from research from this hospital.
We can get up to anywhere from 4 to 8 gunshot wound victims. It all depends. It all depends. It's very random.
Last night when I checked, we had 6 gunshot injuries in the hospital. These patients stay on average maybe 7 to 10 days hospital stay. Very often they stay for months.
It costs a tremendous amount of money to take care of the patients in the hospital. But I think one thing that people fail to discuss is because it's disproportionately affecting young folks, you also lose out on productivity of our young people.
All vitals have been stable on scene. He's starting to come to more, answering more questions appropriately at this time.
We've had a significant increase in the amount of gunshots and stabs, but mostly gunshot wounds, patients that we've been treating. And I think one of the strangest things is even during the pandemic, that rate continued to pick up.
In the emergency department, the number of gunshot injuries seen increased by 68%. And the number of deaths in the last 5 years increased by 93%. And this is the tip of the iceberg because a lot of these patients die at the scene. They never make it to the hospital.
I think violence, especially firearm violence or stab or wound violence, is a public health crisis. And we don't treat it that way. And I think violence should be treated just like we do high blood pressure, like we do diabetes, like we do cancer.
It's an epidemic. It's not a problem, it's a major epidemic, and people need to know that, and the society and the politicians and the leaders need to decide which way to go. Do they want this to continue, or do they want to do something else?